Yes, an MBA is a big investment. I still think there's value to be had if you do your research and you look for those top MBA programs in Europe. There's absolutely value to be had, and I also think you can have realistic aspirations in terms of scholarship opportunities if you find your right value proposition for that specific school. My name is Chris Healy. I'm Head of MBA Marketing and Recruitment at Alliance Manchester Business School. I've been in this industry for about 15 years now, and my responsibility on our MBA programs cover our range of professional MBA programs, where we have our global MBA, which is one of the biggest professional MBAs in the world. And then we've got a variety of partnership MBAs as well, with the likes of the Healey School of Business in Indiana in the US. And then finally, the area of responsibility is with our full-time MBA program at Alliance Manchester Business School, where we look to recruit about 110 of some of the best MBA applicants from around the world at any given time. The biggest change over the past 15 years for me is the much more acceptance and awareness of different styles of MBA programs, without a doubt. When I started, you had a full-time MBA and you had basically an executive MBA. So two very traditional programs that had been around for a number of years. And then you started seeing different programs evolve. Maybe more distance programs, sometimes more online programs, maybe more evening MBAs. So undoubtedly the different formats, and there used to be a perception 10-15 years ago, is the distance MBA, is the part-time MBA, is the online MBA, is it as good as the full-time MBA program? Would employers look at it in the same way? And I think with the growth in these professional MBA programs, they undoubtedly are. We only offer one MBA program. Whether you study full-time, whether you do our global MBA, whether you do our global executive MBA, you will graduate with the exact same qualification as our full-time MBA students. It is the Masters of Business Administration from the University of Manchester. So there is no difference in that qualification. And I personally am a big believer that it's about what is right for you, the individual, at that specific time in your life, in your career. I think most people, if they could, and the key word here is could, if they could, they would go and embark on a full-time MBA. Reality is very different. The reason for that is people have they've got personal lives. They could be in a job that they really like, or the industry is growing, and they think stepping away for 12-18 months, is this the right thing to do? And for a number of professionals, it isn't. So the fact that now business schools, including Manchester, have got these alternative programs for individuals to undertake a top-ranked MBA, I think has been a great evolution in the industry over the past 10 to 15 years. Well, when we think about the MBA, when Harvard first established the MBA over 100 years ago, it was a general management qualification. It's designed to give you those core business disciplines, things such as accounting, finance, marketing, strategy, economics, operations, the fundamentals in business. And they are still the fundamentals in business now. And they are still required from organizations locally and globally. So organizations are always on the lookout for top-class management professionals. Again, the key word there being management, I think. And what an MBA program or a top MBA program should be doing, it should be building and working towards developing future global business leaders. And I think when you look at the top business schools around the world, that's what they have done and they continue to do so today. It's one of the reasons when you think of an organisation such as Amazon, one of the biggest organisations in the world, 2022, it's going to be the record number of MBA students that they hire. And they're doing that because they believe, of course, in the schools that they work with, the individuals that they hire, but also the qualification, the MBA qualification. If it's relevant for Amazon, who's growing, I think it's relevant for many, many other organisations in the world. Without a doubt, an MBA is a huge investment. Wherever in the world you choose to study an MBA program, it's going to cost a considerable amount of money. MBA programs are now looking for a very diverse classroom. Gone are the days, gladly, where it was very male dominated. You know, I'm very, very proud. I think one of the proudest achievements during my career at Alliance Manchester Business School has been over the past few months when we recruited 46% of our full-time MBA class were female professionals. And I think business schools are working more on that. They're looking for global professionals. They are also looking for individuals that don't just come from those traditional MBA backgrounds, accountants, consultants, bankers, etc. No, now MBA programs, they're looking for clinicians, they're looking for lawyers, they're looking for those individuals with maybe more of an engineering or a manufacturing background. The point I'm trying to make here is because business schools are looking to diversify so much, they also have scholarship opportunities available to students. Now, I'm not going to lie, scholarships are difficult to come by. With that being said, they are attainable. They are absolutely attainable. They're attainable from Manchester, they're attainable from other top business schools in the UK, Europe and beyond. And I think it's about, if you're an individual, what is your value proposition? How can you make yourself attractive to, I won't say how can you make yourself attractive to business schools, think about how can you make yourself attractive to a specific business school. What I think the MBA is excellent at doing is it prepares individuals to go in to any organisation across any industry. And I think that's one of the beauties of the MBA qualification over, let's say, a specialised master's, where you can take a specialised master's and you will be known for the immediate future as a specialist in that specific area. But the MBA program, the MBA qualification, what it will do is it will allow individuals to work across industries and across job functions with a knowledge across the entire business discipline. When we think of Alliance Manchester Business School being part of the University of Manchester, the University of Manchester is the biggest single site university in the UK. It is the most applied for university in the UK. It covers a range of disciplines. And in that, we've got Alliance Manchester Business School and our Manchester MBA programme. So what we're looking for on our Manchester MBA is for those business professionals, and we're looking to give them practical skills that they can immediately apply in the workplace. So whether that's an individual doing one of our part-time professional programs where they'll come on campus for 6-day residential workshops, they will then go back into their organisations the following week and be applying what they've learned in that class the previous week. But then when you think about the full-time MBA, most full-time MBA programs around the world, what they do is they'll always maybe have some sort of project or consultancy project right at the end. So it's difficult to apply your knowledge that you learn in the MBA full-time classroom immediately. Not on the Manchester MBA. The reason for that is because we've integrated consultancy projects throughout the program. Our students, they begin with a not-for-profit consultancy. They go on to a commercial business consultancy working with startups and SMEs. And then they go on to do an international business consultancy where they often are working with multinational organizations. What those 3 consultancy projects give is 900 hours of client-facing time. There's no other MBA in the world that's able to offer that amount of client exposure to its students. And that's what we're doing on the Manchester MBA. We're delivering a very practical program aimed at professionals, aspiring management professionals. What the Manchester MBA guarantees, I think, undoubtedly, is a transformational experience. Now, transformational experience is going to be different to every individual. We've got some students on both our full-time and professional MBA programs who are sponsored by their organisations, so they're not looking for a job. Then you've got individuals who want to come onto the Manchester MBA and they want to embark on a new industry or work in a different country or go into a different function. That's a way an MBA and the Manchester MBA can transform you as an individual, as a professional. One of the things I hear time and time again from Manchester MBA students and alumni, what did the MBA give you? Confidence. And by confidence, I don't mean sitting or standing in front of 100 people delivering a presentation. That's not what I mean. What I mean, it gives someone, let's say a non-finance professional, the confidence of sitting with a CFO, the management accountant and an entire finance department and articulate their thoughts on the financial strategy or what the financial objectives of an organisation should be. That's the confidence that I mean. One of the things Alliance Manchester Business School is known for, original thinking applied. And how does that translate into the Manchester MBA, I'm often asked? Well, it goes down to the work that we do on our consultancy projects with real life clients. I always say to our prospective MBA students, you're not coming onto the Manchester MBA to be working on Mickey Mouse projects. This is the real deal. So on the Manchester MBA, these clients on the international business consultancy, they're paying between £15,000 to £20,000 to secure a group of 4, 5 or 6 MBA students. So although some of them are multinational organisations and £20,000 is going to be a tiny drop in the ocean, but for that individual who's sponsoring the project, his or her, their budget might be £100,000, might be £1 million, and they're spending a percentage of it with Alliance Manchester Business School and they're expecting a return on their investment. As I said, this is the real deal. So you get, as a Manchester MBA student on our full-time programme, you get a brief from a client. That's going to be original. You're then going to have to come up with what that client wants. You're going to have to go into the field, whether that's going to North America, whether that's being in Africa, whether that's being all over Europe, whether that's going into Asia. You need to be thinking about the approach. And then when we come to applied, well, this is where you, as a group of students, have to go and apply everything that you've put into place, and then you deliver that to the client. And what you want that client to do, of course you want them to recognise your work, but more importantly, the real test is, will that client follow up on your recommendations? And that truly gives you original thinking applied. I think some of the best MBA programs in the world are very classroom focused, are very theoretical. And for some individuals, because of their learning styles, that is the type of program they should be looking for. Other individuals may want more of a practical approach in terms of how they go along to study their MBA program. They might want that exposure, for example, that real client exposure that we offer on the Manchester MBA. And whether you're looking at a school that's ranked 5 places ahead of us or 5 places below, think about the structure of the program. So the rankings are a great source of research to get you going and to get in a shortlist. And then what you should be doing is delving deeper into that structure and making your decision based on how that program is delivered, what is its teaching style, etc. What's been interesting over the past 15 years is when I started in the industry, and I take our full-time MBA program here, the international candidates that we would recruit, they would move to Manchester, fall in love with the city, fall in love with their classmates, and they would have a great experience on the Manchester MBA program. And those individuals who chose to stay in the UK, more often than not, their jobs, their post-MBA jobs would be down in London. And the reason for that were those MBA level jobs available in Manchester? And I think 10 to 15 years ago, those jobs weren't there. But Manchester has been growing and growing. When the BBC moved their headquarters to Manchester a number of years ago, Manchester has now got a thriving tech environment, a big startup community. And now I look at it in terms of our international students who stay in the UK, more and more are staying in Manchester, and we love that. We love that we're able to offer more and more options to our MBA students, whether that be in London, whether that be in other parts of the UK, or whether that be in Manchester.